First, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmed Sawah. I'm a Pharma veteran since 38 years of experience in the Middle East, North Africa. And I found out that being there is not enough for people to know about the Middle East, North Africa, to know how to get the opportunity, what are the countries, what are the segments, what are the therapy areas. So I thought to develop and establish a company in the US, and this company name is Diamond Pharmaceutical Services. It's a US-based company, and it is DPS, Diamond Pharmaceutical Consulting. So this is a kind of market hiding in plain sight. Too many things unaware of for many companies. At the same time, companies might be having constraints of being available. Multinationals are everywhere. They go to any country, straightforward. They do the same cost of regulation, the same cost of manpower, blah, blah, blah. But medium to small companies will not be capable to cater for both big markets like Europe or like US and smaller markets in the US, in the Middle East. So they get some kind of reluctance to go and see. My job is to help those companies to develop their business without any kind of burden or jeopardizing their business. Yeah. So any of those having small to medium company would ask himself 3 questions. First question, I represent a medium-sized pharmaceutical company. Can I afford to look at emerging markets like MENA region, for instance? Why should I do that? Secondly, should my portfolio mature in the US first before expanding to other markets? I need to secure my business in the US in the very competitive environment. Or should I find out some other ways to get my business in this area without affecting my day-to-day? Third, emerging markets, they have unique and different requirements, regulations, barriers to entry. Who can I trust to represent me in those markets without jeopardizing my company resources and my company time? I need proof of that those guys, this company, those collaborators can do this on my behalf. What's wrong? Yeah. So, if you seek answers, you should know the market, you should choose the business model. There are many business models by market, by country, by therapy area. We will discuss that in brief. And how to select the right partner. It's extremely important to select the right partner. And the word right is very much wide and global. Wide, I mean, right in terms of your own portfolio, in terms of your own business. What's right for you might not be right for others. So we have 3 points to discuss: the market and the partner and the model. We will discuss one by one. First, we have a snapshot of Middle East and Africa pharmaceutical market. The market is almost $21 billion. It is segmented into retail and institutional business. Almost, as you can see here, 70-30. And it has average growth of 9%. Again, multinationals, again, as I just mentioned, are dominating this market in value. Multinationals are not selling too many units. They sell expensive products. high value, low volume products. So when you analyze any market, you will see always the multinationals are getting the bigger share. The blue one is a multinationals. But in units, you find locals are getting the better share. This happens in Egypt, in Algeria, in Saudi Arabia, in the major countries in the territory. So if we would like to get some deep dive in the MENA region and try to focus we will see that out of the $21 billion we mentioned before, $19 billion are only in 4 or 5 countries. So looking at the 80-20% equation, so I advise always my clients to focus, not like multinationals. Multinationals goes to every and each country, try to make a scientific office, to try to place their regulatory files at the Ministry of Health or Saudi FDA or whatever. But my approach is different, especially for small to medium-sized companies or for a very busy company in other territories where they don't want to invest too much. So, Dr. Ghazawi. So if we just go in filtering the area, we will find out that the quick fact, large value, Saudi Arabia, $7.6 billion. Large volume is Egypt, and the faster growth is also Egypt. If we take the 4 countries which constitute 80% of the potential and try to focus and go deeper in details, what we will find that Algeria is 40 million inhabitants. The total inhabitants of these 4 countries are almost 180 million inhabitants. And the sales, as I mentioned, around 18 billion. And it's growing. So my advice for any new entrants who doesn't like to be present by itself, who doesn't like to go and invest and lose resources, is to focus through a partner or a networking company like us or others, in approaching the Middle East. This slide is very important to explain the potential, because this is not made by me. This is made by Camelot, a consulting German company. And this, it shows the following. While the GDP per capita in Europe is 32,220, it is in GCC 35,000. It means more or less the same. When I mention GCC, this is the Gulf Countries Council, which include Saudi Arabia, Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and so on. So if you look at the GDP per capita for those countries, they are almost like the EU in terms of money. But the surprise is, when you look at the healthcare expenditure, in the EU, they are spending 3-fold more than the oil-rich countries in the GCC. What does it mean? It means that there are lots of unmet needs and lots of inappropriate coverage of certain disease areas. And this is a potential which smart companies should look for. This is another pattern where it shows you how to penetrate different markets. This is the split between communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases by country. If we take 3 big countries like Algeria, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, you will find different pattern. In Algeria, they were able to maintain the communicable disease area right, while they have the non-communicable diseases growing. So if I am coming to invest in Algeria, I will focus on the non-communicable diseases, like cancer, like cardiovascular, like especially psychiatric, psychotropic drugs, has very, very good opportunity for the non-communicable diseases. If you look at Egypt with its hepatitis B patients, the highest level worldwide, hepatitis C, hepatitis C, you will see that they are working in parallel. They are growing in communicable and non-communicable diseases. So if I am a company, have a good drug for hepatitis C, then I know where to go. And again, other non-communicable diseases are growing. So I can put my plan accordingly. Saudi Arabia is very healthy in going down with the communicable diseases while growing in the non-communicable diseases. Again, this means if you look at this country with 25% diabetic patients, especially type 2 diabetes and obesity, then you know what you should go and target. You should not go yourself. You can use some people who are smart. The characteristics of those people we will mention shortly. This is the very healthy growth in Egypt for sales. And this is for Algeria as well. You can see very healthy growth. And this kind of study made by IMS shows what are the number of launches per year in the last year in each country and what are the highest growing therapy areas. So based on that demonstration, and also what are the top corporates in each country and what are the fastest growing top 10 companies in each country. Looking at this kind of analysis and the data will help us very much to actually function our products and position our products accordingly from one country to another. So it is not a straightforward plan. Middle East is not one country. Middle East is not one culture. It's not one disease. So we tailor-made our business according to each country. I might decide to go to one country because I do see I have a very good product for diabetes and obesity, and I go only to Saudi. And I might find out another opportunity in Egypt for hepatitis C, and so on. So we can provide all this kind of consultation to you to really know where you put your footsteps. This is Algeria, and this is case A. As you can see, they are different. In case A, you have the local manufacturer is number 4. Spimaco is a very big company, but it's number 4. While in Egypt, you find number 2, and so on. So when I came to the US, establishing my own consulting company, I said to myself, what is different which could be available here in the US and not available in this part of the world? So I made analysis throughout the approved FDA products in the last 2 years, from 2015 to 2017. And I made sure that none of these products having certain collaboration or arrangement with a third party in the Middle East, like multinationals or any third party in the Middle East. I came up with these 2 tables. If you look at the companies, it's barely you know what are these names. I mean, Acetelion, Taiho, NPS, Tesaro. Tesaro made a very competitive product to make Charbandom for the nausea of oncology treatment, of the chemotherapy. And they claim their product is even better than Merck product. They are not there in the area. They are not aware what's going on there. They are not aware what could be actually possible to maximize their business in that part of the world. And so on. Many products all are registered between 2015 and 2017, as we can see here. So this is just a small study. A small study that shows everybody here, either from the US or any from other company, and they are not existing, that we can help them penetrating this area. So this is what I mentioned is the market. Now, talking about the business models. You see, there was an evolution in the business models in the last 20, 25 years in the area. It started classically by a multinational coming to the market, putting their products with a local distributor. Plain. That's it. So this is what I call the agency phase. Then the local manufacturing started in most of the area, and the manufacturer started to get some license from the multinationals, and the multinationals started to make their own brands locally manufactured. So all the big ones started to give the locals their license to manufacture the basic products. They have never given away their know-how. Very simple products. It needs battery, this one. Then the local manufacturers started to have branded generics. And then to expand their market share, multinationals started to acquire products from other multinationals. Then, and this is what we call market share expansion. Then multinationals started to give the locals second trademark licensing, and it becomes very common, especially in the Gulf. While the multinationals started to get, again, second trademark licensing. This is a phase, we call it strategic alliance phase. This started 2007 or so. And finally, the local manufacturers started to out-license their own generic products to multinationals. And the multinationals started to acquire brands from locals. Locals started to buy stakes in multinationals, especially those ones with specialized products, while multinationals started to have their own facilities in the local markets. So this is the evolution. Where do we stand right now? Again, it is dominated by the multinationals. So this is our kit which we offer as business models to various collaborators who doesn't have any time or resources to exist by themselves. We can offer them second trademark licensing. We have very good experience in that, under different name and different pattern, preserving their rights if it is patented or not. Co-promotion. Everybody knows about co-promotion. Acquisition, if they would like to sell out a product. Third-party promotion. And out-licensing. Divestment. Whatever option of this BD kit, we have proven experience, and we can do it for any client. Can we have another one? Because this is not working. Yeah. So we already covered the market, we covered the models, and now we are going to cover the partner. And from my viewpoint, the partner is the most important part of it. Whatever good market, whatever good models we can do, without the very good trusted partner, things are not that good. So matching principals to distributors. We would like to match the principal with a distributor. So choosing the right partner is critical to success. First, from the principal portfolio checklist, market competitiveness. I mean, not any product you go and try to just to enter the market. You have to be very selective. If you start with only one product, but properly targeted, then you get the best business out of it. So it's not the number, it's the quality, it's the need of the market which actually controls this. So market competitiveness, potential to acquire a satisfactory market share. Am I going to acquire a good market share from its defined market? Offer sustainable growth opportunities on medium to long term basis. Is it futuring product which I can use for the years to come? Second, clinical evidence satisfies a current unmet needs. In this area, there are lots of unmet needs and only dominated by multinationals. So if I come up with a competitive product with unmet needs, I have the possibility to go and compete. Backed by ample of scientific and clinical evidences that support potential claims. This is from a clinical evidence viewpoint. From a regulatory compliance, should be either FDA, EU, GMP approved in order to be accepted in ECTD format. So, because now there is a change in the regulatory requirements in the area, all those countries became regulated, all those companies now going to the ECTD format, and that's why I'm quite sure this is available with any good company. From the distributor perspective, and this is very important, your local partner, they should have the know-how. They have possessed specialized knowledge necessary to commercialize said portfolio efficiently and professionally. If I am talking about anti-diabetic, do they have this experience or not? Do they have the scientific people who can really run my business or not? Or can they actually employ those people or not? I have to foresee this beforehand in order to be sure that my product is highly promoted, effectively and rightly promoted. Also, the infrastructure. If my product needs an infrastructure of distribution all over the country, it's not just focused on certain segment, then those guys have to be able to cover designated territory through suitable approved warehouses, systems, and logistics personnel. Also capacity to expand to meet the needs. And the quality compliance, able to adopt, implement, and monitor professional quality standards for all assigned processes. Now, in order just to prove all what I have said, I'm going to bring to you a case study from the US to the Middle East, just to see how this was hidden and how the Middle East is actually in very bad need for this technology. Not only the Middle East, North Africa, but I'm quite sure this should be covering the whole world. What I'm going to present right now might be new for some of you, but I'm very happy that this was approved in February 2016, and I was able to move it to the Middle East in these days. So if we take an idea about this, this is called silver salt technology. The silver salt technology is a brand new technology. It is already produced through a machine which was installed in NASA and manufacturing in Utah. Only one site in the whole world produced this silver salt technology. Silver salt technology is based on quadruple silver oxide base, nanotechnology of silver molecule, which is not only AgO, it is Ag4O4. And all this, the subsequent benefits out of this very tiny molecule, which could penetrate the red blood cell itself. So, you will be amazed if you know that antibiotics and silver salt, antibiotics are failing because bacteria have become resistant. Silver salt has already ended the story of bacterial resistance for good. If you use silver salt syrup solution for the first time in the world, you have oral drinkable silver solution, non-toxic. It is not absorbed. It goes out as is after killing all the bacteria and all the whatever virus or mold or whatever. And this data here says that this silver has helped reverse antibiotic resistance and made all categories of antibiotics more functional. So imagine if with the resistant problem, especially in the Middle East, we have, and India, I'm quite sure, that this resistance issue is a major issue. Now, if the doctor prescribes a small bottle of silver sol with the antibiotic, no resistance will take place at all, proven by these clinical trials. So, what are the mechanisms of this new invention? There are three suggested mechanisms. The first one, it contacts kill by removing an electron. You know, the silver sol has, as here clear, 4 silver atoms. Each atom of this get an electron from the bacteria and kill it. So it is 4 folds the original silver. That's why it kills very quickly. It causes also viral disruption, preventing viral replication. And it causes resonance germicide frequency that destroys pathogens. So through these 3 mechanisms, you see like a magic when you just apply it as topical gel or you drink it as well, you find the results. Of course, it could be used for too many things, but I'm going to focus on few. For instance, if you see here cystic acne, over 24 hours, it changed from this to that. And the most amazingly, this diabetic foot ulcer, this finger was supposed to be amputated. But in this clinical trial, you see the difference here. It is fully treated, fully healed, completely healed by only using this silver sol, topical. Again, second-degree burns. The American Army has decided to use exclusively silver sol for treating first and second-degree burns. I have letters from the American Army for that. And you see the difference here. Second-degree burns. This is the letter from the military and the person who did actually sign the letter from the Homeland Security. And this is from the Senate. This is a senator who wrote actually kind of recommendation to use it everywhere, especially for biological weapons, because it kills anthrax as well. This is another case study. This guy got an accident in his eye. He got this trauma. This was how he looked like in day 1. He got both topical and oral. So in day 2, this is a transformation. In day 3, in day 4, day 5, and day 6. It's a magic. I can bet no other technology could provide such a kind of rapid healing without leaving scars. Yeah. So the results out of all this business case is US FDA approved both oral supernatural silver solution, first ever drinkable silver solution in history, and topical gel in February 2016. We have the whole documents. Technology and applications were realized in the MENA region by Diamond Pharmaceutical Services, DPS, starting with Egypt and Saudi Arabia 1 year after it's approved in US. This is what I'm trying to say. If you have an approved drug by FDA and you are busy, just count on us. We will help you. will give you the right partner, the right market, the right plan. Conventionally, Canada, Europe, Japan, and the Asia Pacific are prioritized over areas like MENA. However, with convenient market access provided through DPS, a sizable opportunity was realized. Market penetration strategies, commercialize SQs, and launch plans are tailored according to individual market profiles. For instance, in Egypt, we have this diabetic foot ulcer is very much common. So we start focusing on diabetic foot ulcer. In Saudi, situation is different. Antibiotic use, antibiotic resistance. So we start focusing in the solution for the antibiotic use, and also diabetic foot ulcer, and so on. So, in conclusion, in order to reach the right solution, we have the right solution, customized, structural, feasible, and competitive solution. You have the right partner, a targeted choice from plethora of vetted global collaborators. We get it excessively selected and also vetted, audited very well for you. The right model, a strategic choice from the DPS BD toolkit. We present you the different option models and you choose. And then the right market. Not every market we go for, not every market will go with the same product. So the right market, a portfolio fitting the strategic corporate growth strategy and the market requirements. So this is in a nutshell what I have. I just give a small brief about us. DPS Consulting was founded with the concept of making alliance and deal making. This is the main know-how in the pharmaceutical industry, an attainable objective to all stakeholders in the MENA region. The proven track record and the expertise of our founders are invaluable to our clients in making sure that they embark on devising strategies and successful win-win partnerships. I have 38 years experience in the pharmaceutical industry in the Middle East. Moreover, our services encompass coordinating with the major leaders in strategy management and consultancy firms. I have very good relationship with BCG, with McKinsey. I have some track record with them as a subcontractor. So in case of big projects, we use both. About me, I concluded milestone strategic alliance with major multinational companies like Pfizer, Roche, Glaxo, Novartis, Lilly, Merck, BMS, and others. Extensively interacted with major multinational consulting like McKinsey, Merrill Lynch, Bain & Company, BCG, Camelot, Ronald Berger, and others. I represent Spemaco as a majority shareholder in establishing the first multi-purpose API production facility in Saudi Arabia. To who don't know, there is a state-of-the-art facility for API manufacturing in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. And I was also in charge as a general manager for Lundbeck, the Danish company of psychotropic drugs in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Then I found the DPS Consulting firm in the US, in addition to my firm, Sawah Consulting, in the Middle East. And these are our partners. As you can see, we have plenty of multinational, local, regional partners who are coordinating with us, who are seeking our support and consultation. That's it. Thank you very much, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, please. Yeah, DPS is now located in the US to be very close to new technologies, like I was just mentioning about the silver sol. I'm looking for more and more. I already explained almost 12 cases targeted by me. I will be more than happy to network with any of you if you feel that you can provide us something good for both parties. Huh? My contacts, I will distribute my cards. So, any question? Thank you very much.